Hello guys, here we are again with this Mercedes W205 2015-2016 plate. Issue with this that we've got today is the head unit. It's giving us streaks down there. It's also half dimming. No functions are working. It's not allowing us to control anything. And it's just not working at all. So what will happen is it will turn on to the warning screen, and then it won't go anything past the warning screen, and it will just start doing this little dance of lines, etc, etc. So we're going to get it scanned up, we're going to see what the fault codes show, and we'll see what we can do from there. So we've scanned the vehicle. There's a few other faults within the vehicle for other things, but we're not worried about them at the moment. We're just concentrating on the head unit itself. So here it's just displaying all the different values for the unit itself. So what type of unit it is, the part number, etc, etc, serial numbers, and all of that. So this is a H205 Xentry unit. This works off it's got nav, and it's an SD version of nav, so it's an SD card that sorts the nav out on here. So under the error codes, it's just going to do a quick self test, so we'll allow it to do that, and then we'll crack on. It's going to do a few loud sounds potentially. Obviously with our head unit the way it is, it might not do anything at all. But what we want to see is what fault codes are stored on here, and we'll work it out from there. So from previous things, this could potentially be a software related issue. You can see on there it's got back into the reboot, it comes to this warning sign, and then this is where it sort of trips up again. But yeah, this could be a software issue, which means we could just update the software on the unit and everything could be golden, or it could be more of a hardware issue, which means that we'll have to remove the actual main unit that sits behind here, that basically lets us control the whole radio system. And what we'll have to do with that is, either if the customer opts for a brand new one, it's fairly straightforward, we'll have it programmed in. If they elect to go for a used unit, we'll have to get the anti-theft pin, and then do the programming, coding, etc as well. So we'll let this self-test do, then we'll come back to it once it's done its bits, and we'll go from there. So just looking back at the quick test I did, thought I'd just show you from here. So it's given us an error of B227D00. The watchdog function has detected an internal software error. So we've seen this before, where we've done a software update and it fixes the issue. Very rarely is it that we need to replace the head unit, but it is also another thing that can happen. So on the actual quick test, in the actual main error code screen, you can see there, watchdog function has detected an internal software error. If we run through the tests for this, it will ask us to do the reprogramming of this on here. Obviously there is a customer complaint, so we'll flow through this, but yeah, control unit must be programmed. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the adaptations, and then just do a software update on here. So we'll let this do, and we'll take you through the process of coding and programming the head unit. So some people ask, obviously, what we use to code, program, or SCN code, whatever it is, our Mercedes vehicle. So we use a genuine Xentry Diagnostics VCI, which is from Merck, as you can see here, and we've got an official license with Xentry. So all of our software is up to date, and all the updates for head units or any of the ECUs in the vehicle is up to date, because it's got from the central service with Daimler in Germany. So everything is up to date. It'll get the latest updates, latest SCN coding, whatever it might be that we're doing, but we use a genuine VCI. So we've gone into adaptations, we've clicked on control unit software update. It's just running through the test bit now. determining obviously the details of the unit compared to what it should be or what the latest one is. Once it's got that information, we'll come back to it and we'll see if it needs updating or not. One of the issues, obviously, because this unit doesn't stay on for very long, it's struggling obviously with the connection side to it. So you can see it's currently off at the moment. So because it's in such a normal reboot loop, it's going to be an issue. But I'm just going to log in. Once I've logged in, it should take us to what we need to go to. So login is successful, so we can continue on here. This is going to check the user authorization and gather all the vehicle data, and we'll go from there. Hopefully it will show us what we need to see. We can get it into the update mode and get it all updated. So we are here at the screen, and here it shows that there is an update for this. So that tells you the new control unit system software version, which is just there. That's our current one. I should say it takes about 23 minutes to update, and also it tells you that the following symptoms can be remedied with this software. So radio cuts out intermittently, it's too slow, system shuts down completely and then restarts, error in map display, menus cannot be selected or is not available, data storage device cannot be read or is not detected, it goes off without obvious cause, USB malfunction and USB not detected, and malfunction when using USB media. So there's a lot of symptoms that can be remedied with this software update. So obviously it is a known issue as well. Also down here there's an update for the DAB, which will take 20 minutes as well. So we're just going to get everything updated in one, so we can get it done. So we'll get that started and we'll go from there. So we've continued on there. We've chose the symptom which best fitted. So I chose that the head unit restarts or shuts down and then restarts. It's just going to try and find all the software required, download it, and then it will start the programming phase on there. I'll show you a video of obviously the programming side of things as well, but everything's hooked up. We've got a charger connected to the car so that it doesn't go low on the voltage, which can cause other issues as well. So everything's stable. There's a battery charger connected to the laptop as well, just so that doesn't go. So yeah, we'll let that do and we'll come back to it. So we've managed to get into the software update. So you can see on there it's going to go through the motions of there. It's programming the control unit audio 20, which is the main head unit stage there, and it's gone into the bootloader mode, which means it should stay like this. It should reboot, which means it should allow us to get the software update done. I'll update once it's gone through the process, or if there's any issues I'll document them on video, so you can see what happens. So we've hit a bit of a brick wall. So the program of the control unit audio 20, which is the head unit, has failed. It went out of the bootloader active mode and went into it restarted and went back to the main menu, as it's sort of done now just there. So it's moved on to the DAB module, which we're just gonna it's just gonna code as part of the process. So we're gonna let that do, and then we'll probably come back to the head unit and see if we can program it in again and go from there. So I'm here on the bench and I've connected to the head unit, the entry unit on the bench. I've popped it into bootloader mode and I'm uploading the flash file manually, just on here to see if it makes any bit of difference, to see if it'll put the unit back into commission, and it will hopefully work. So we're going to let this do, see what happens as a result of this, and hopefully, fingers crossed, this will update the software, it'll get rid of that fault. So you can see on here it tells us the flash process was successful, So we're going to try and stick this back into the vehicle and see what we can see if it works. So here we are back in the car, obviously to refit this unit back in. So just a bit of a heads up on how to remove obviously this center dash here. So this piece here, trim piece, normally sat on here, and all that requires is to open the center console, and this trim piece just clips off straight up. So you can see it's got some clips, these two clips, one on that side and one on the other, and they're the ones that will pry up, and it will pop out. So there's one on that side and one on that side, and that will just unclip out. It's best to use a trim removal tool and to go all the way around and just slot it straight up. Once that's up, there's 2 torque screws just there and there. They will pop off, and once you've got them out, literally pulling this from here, pulling it up, and that will just release, and then it will pop out, and you can just slide it from underneath there, underneath the screen, and it just pops straight out like that. Disconnect the wires underneath, and you'll have access to the head unit. Once you have them out of the way, you've got access to the head unit, so it sits in there. There's 2 torque screws that go into these clamps. Unscrew them, and then you can pull the head unit out, and this will pop forward, and you're all good to go. Once that's out, they'll fit back in, and you can fit the head unit back in. So just to test her out, she's plugged in. We plug one of the connectors back in to give this power, and head unit is back on and running. So everything seems like it's working as it should. So very happy with that. So it looks like the software update has fixed the issue. I know there was an issue of it doing it within the vehicle, but yeah, we've managed to do it on the bench anyway. So it looks like we are all good. Nothing else to worry about. Everything is working. We'll give it a test out and we'll go from there. But any issues that you have, obviously get in touch. If this has helped, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you later.